Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa, and tonight we will be reviewing The Real Housewives of Potomac. So, tonight you're going to get a marathon from episodes 1 through 4. It will not be all on the same live, but that's what we're going to do to catch everyone up. Thank you all so much. Go ahead and take care of some housekeeping. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queen Tulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You have come to the place where you can relax, enjoy, and get the hot topics. We can also engage. You can come up or even you can call in. That number is 725 888 1644. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We made it. I'm so excited. You should be too. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, and make sure you sign up for our perks to get all the exclusives first. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and thank you all so much for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. Tonight, we will be doing a review on The Real Housewives of Potomac, season 7, episodes 1 through 4 tonight. Let's do some housekeeping. We do have Sonia Mabia in the building. She says, hello. Hello, Sonia. How are you? And thank you so much for coming out. I really, really, really appreciate you. Let's see. All right, so and and all right, so guys, I'm moving a little bit behind tonight. And so thank you all so much for bearing with the sister as she navigates through the system and the show because it is the weekend. Our staff is gone. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into episode 1. In season 7, episode 1, you have the awakening, right? So, um, they, when a season first starts off, they have their banter, they have like this chat that, they all get into while they're on the show. It's like kind of like taglines. So it's like they were on the show and they were like, we know how to do everything with class. And then they started showing like clips of these ladies just being ratchet, like, oh my goodness, ratchet. I mean, it's like, I wouldn't compare it to like love and hip hop or anything, but when it comes to, I can't even compare it to Real Housewives of Atlanta because, those girls have their own lane. And these girls are a little bit more bougier. They are pretty much like high class women that stays in suburban areas, those type. Well, Candiace um, wants to know her, wants everyone to know her crotch is sweating and bothersome. And so, like, Candiace, I used to watch and I stopped watching for my own reasons, but I'm back now. And so Candiace wants, like I said, wants everyone to know that her crotch is sweating and bothersome. And also Candiace mentions Karen is sneaking around on her husband Ray. And I thought that was just so nefarious that she would just say something like that because, for one, Karen and her husband have been around for decades. Let's be honest, right? You know what, guys? I really, really, really need some fresh backies, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's get back into the story. Okay, so Candiace also informs the world of her menstrual cycle. So, like I said, this is the show is just now coming on, and like I said, the tagline was, we do everything with class, and so it really seems like Candiace is very ghetto and just ratchet. I mean, really, who wants to hear about what day your cycle comes on, how much you flow and all that? I just kind of feel like when it comes to like our personal issues, I mean our personal, how our body changes and things like that. I just think that some things are just intimate and details should be held back on. You know, I mean, like I said, it was very I'm glad I wasn't eating. Okay. Sonya says, shaking my head. Girl, yes, I was shaking my head. Trust me, I was shaking my head. Okay, so now let's get into it. So, Candice, well, okay, so their class um remains unmatched. And so when they were like, my class is unmatched, I was just like, okay, whatever, but moving on. Karen gets hood all of these highlights showing them in dark spaces. So like at the beginning, like when you first start a season of a show, whatever, because they did have like a season 3. So long story short, I'm at season 6 and from 1 to 6. Well, we're in season 7. So Karen and Giselle, oh, I don't know. They make it to the park and they start discussing Ashley, Ashley's her situation with her husband. They want details. And I just feel like when a person is going through like a divorce or something tragic as such, I would just say kind of like take it easy on them, you know. Oh, excuse me. I believe Ashley is what the youngest one in the group. And so Giselle's excited to um, spill the tea, but Ashley is supposed to be her girl. It's like these fake alliances, like this is Giselle, right? She is so two-faced, and Ashley is supposed to be her girl. But you're behind her back and really discussing things, right? So Robyn arrives. And so Robyn, hold on, where's Robyn? Robyn, come to the front stage, love. Did we not get a picture of Robyn? Oh my gosh, security. Like, that is like so unacceptable. We don't have a picture of Robyn. But, anyways, it's Giselle's tag along. It's like I feel like Giselle and Robyn have something going on and nothing wrong with, being in the LGBTQ community. Nothing wrong with it. Trust me, 100%. But I feel like Robyn and Giselle has something going on. So Robyn, she's being informed on the mess, right? And Ashley shows up. You know, it's the fakeness for me because y'all are sitting right here on the ground having a picnic and discussing me. And as soon as I walk up, it's, hey girl, how you doing? Is everything all right? It's just not genuine to me. Ashley being a business. Well, yeah, I'm just starting from the beginning of the season. I don't feel like I don't feel like Ashley, you have to take it easy on Ashley, right? You have to understand this right now. Ashley is going through a divorce. Ashley has those 2 little kids. Ashley has, this grown man that she's battling with. So who would really want to put a young lady in in a more stressful mode than what she already has to deal with? These women are like vultures, like they are eating and they just gravitate to anybody that's in pain. And I get it. That's the motto and everybody does their own thing. However, I'm gonna call it for what it is. They're awesome. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest, with money or not, they're awesome gutter snipes. All these women on this cast of the Real Housewives of Potomac, they are gutter snipes. They just lucked up and got a different they're lucked up and got into a different financial bracket. It is what it is, right? So Ashley shows up, and of course, the fakeness, you know, at an almost high. Ashley asks about Ray, because Ray gives me the vibes of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, he is the daddy of the group. But the only thing is Ray gets bossed around. Karen, she bosses this man around. She spends up all his money. She runs around town, and allegedly, you know, Candiace Ratchet self gonna say that that she is messing around on Ray. How true that is, I'm not really sure, but let's be honest. Is Ray really getting it up like that? Is Ray really tearing the club up? You get what I'm saying? I know he's not moving that fast. Busting a move? Okay, come on now. Let's get it. However, Messy Giselle and Robyn is counting on a yes. Like, they are counting on Ashley to just be so distraught and just, out of it or whatever. But then Mia comes up and she says, I'm sick. I'm not sick, attention seeking. And this is what the ladies are saying. They went from Ashley to Mia. Now, Mia, I don't know if you guys, Mia was, praise up for her. We don't even have a picture of Mia, guys. What is up, production? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, long story short, Mia comes up in the conversation as well. They were saying, oh, did she have breast cancer and this, that, and the third? But why would y'all be sitting up discussing a woman's health if she's not even in the present? If she said what she said, let it be that. If she wants to come out and say more, then let it be that. But it's like, in my opinion, I felt like they were playing with cancer. They were playing with cancer and they were making a mockery of cancer. And that's what I didn't like about the Gutter Snipes. Karen don't like fake announcements, is what she said. She says, I don't like a fake announcement. Ma'am, what right did it tell you that this woman had a fake announcement? How can you tell her what was true and what was not true? You get what I'm saying? I just kind of feel like at a certain point, mind your business and wait until the details come out. People just be so eager and rushing to the finish line, and they had nobody even hiked off the ball yet. You know. So let's get into it. So Giselle shares to Ashley. She shared her business. She shared her business. And this is the thing. If I tell you something, I'm telling you. If I'm telling you something and I say, if I specifically don't say, well, hey, go and tell such and such that I said this. If I don't specifically tell you to go and tell that person, I don't need you going to tell that person on your own time, because at that point, in my head, I'm going to think that you're up to your old gutter snipe ways and you're about to try and go and get something started. You know? And this is what I'm saying. Giselle's Giselle is just, I don't know, it's just something about her. It's something about her. And at the beginning of the season, she's like, trying to be all friendly and things like that. So Ashley wants out of the swinger life. And really, can you blame her? You know, it got to the point where Giselle just started pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing until Ashley was like, you know what? I'm tired of the swinger life. I want something different. I want to be just with, I just want to be without that. And that wasn't good enough for Giselle. And Giselle is jealous because Ashley's man has long dough. Let's be honest. Ashley man can run circles around Jamal Bryant. Let's be clear. Okay. Robyn wants to place her and and Juan in the situation too. It's like, just Robyn, you and Juan are just besties. Y'all are besties. Y'all are good Judies. Y'all aren't going anywhere. I don't really see anything going anywhere for Juan and Robyn. So Candiace wants to save eggs. She wants to save multiple, well, double. So she wants to save her eggs, and the thing is, as she's talking about, oh, I want to be a mom, but then she's also talking about, the Grammys and the whatever the performances she performed with, she opened or performed with SWV, Faith Evans. She's open for them. Now, my thing is, what you have to ask yourself, what's more important? Am I actually going to have a life? Because your children are going to be lifelong. That career can be short lived. Let's be honest. Candiace argues with Chris about his responsibility. She has to take these shots and she wants him to be on point with it. And, I could understand her. But he is a GM at the View, that's the Hotel Washington, right? Candiace wants to live her life as a pop star. So I just kind of feel like they are in two different places. And I think it's very important that you voice, what it is that you want to do when you get in a relationship. So it's not a surprise because Chris seems like Candiace surprises him with about pretty much everything. And just the way that she's just so gutter. I just she's like a hood rat. Like Candiace gives me the hood rat vibes, but let's continue. Candiace doesn't trust her husband. She shuts him down more than pulling him up. That's one thing that I found out about Candiace is she will drag her man like Mama Joyce will drag somebody like Carmen if they ever came up to her or tried to come in between her funds between her and Candy. Let's keep it real, let's keep it funky, right? All right. So when Candace's husband tries to be a man, she becomes dominant. It's like she just, I don't know, this testosterone just comes out of nowhere. She becomes like the Hulk and ready to munch down on him. And I'm like, sis, like, let that man be a man, you know? But let's get into it. So Sharice and Robyn meet for lunch, right? And Robyn is just so messy. Robyn discussed not married, she's selfish. And why not let him go? It's my thing is why not let Juan go? You have all these doubts, you have all these suspicions, but girl, we're gonna get into that later on in the episodes, right? So Robyn shares intimate details and Ashley and her husband buying a home and using the LLC. I don't understand why like these girls are like so pressed about Ashley and the moves that she's making with her husband. That is her husband. She went down the aisle with him and said, "Yes, I do, for better, for worse, and sickness and health." Right. So her and Michael are still intimate, and they're looking for Ashley a home, for her and the boys. So now Mia moved to Potomac near Karen. She's about 6 minutes away. It's a rental home, and we all know what it means. Okay, if you're going, you're renting a home, it's because you want it to be a write-off, which Mia, I is no shade to you. Get your money how you get it, plus those coins because you're going to get it back at the end of the year. It's definitely a business write-off, and she brags that she needed something quick. But like I said, it was pretty much, it is a write-off and I I'm not gonna shade her because I would do the same thing. Okay. And so this is the thing that I am just not with. Mia, she gives me like a Kim Kardashian wannabe. Mia acknowledges you know, she admitted that Karen got her fat transfer and her husband and his thoughts on her new boobs. And I just kind of feel like she was just starting stuff, but then, she eventually started making this monkey noise. I don't know. It was so many things that really turned me off of Mia. It was not only the monkey sounds, but just her Kim Kardashian voice is this, and it's, oh my gosh, it was just too much for me. But yes, guys. Okay, so that was it for Real Housewives of Potomac. That was episode 1. Now we're going to move into episode 2. Oh, excuse me. Actually, let's go ahead and take a commercial break, and we will be right back for episode 2. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queen Tulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You have come to the place where you can relax, enjoy, and get the hot topics. We can also engage. You can come up, or even you can call in. That number is 725-888-1644. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We made it. I'm so excited. You should be too. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, and make sure you sign up for our perks to get all the exclusives first. Thank you. All right, guys. We are back. We are back. And we are back with episode 2, Allegation Nation. Look like it's for attention. So, like I said, so we fell off on, the ladies' comment on Mia's, diagnosis, health diagnosis. So, Robyn blasts Mia for attention seeking. And this was my thing. Like, Robyn, you need to control your hormones. You really need to like chill out or fall back on the sister, because I really do feel like you're doing too much, and I think you're giving her too much energy for somebody that is actually going through a crisis. So it's like, where's your empathy? Where's your, like, come on now. So Karen asked Giselle, who is she? And Robyn thanks everyone under Robyn throws everyone under the bus when Giselle was in the hot seat. Okay. Wendy is trying to make sense of it all. And Charisse was invited by Robyn. That's something Robyn and Giselle conjure up. Okay. So this lady right here, her name is Charisse, and apparently Charisse and Karen, they know each other outside of the show, or they run in the same circles, and things are just a little messy between those two, right? And so I feel like Giselle and Robyn had a hand in that, like, oh yeah, let's bring her on, and it'll be confrontation, because it seems like as you can see, like as you go through the seasons, you'll see like the changes. However, I won't spill too much. Let's see. Giselle insults Mia's husband. You lost weight. I mean, what is it? I mean, if you're gonna give, this is my thing. When you compliment somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, you lost all that weight, that's actually not a compliment. That's actually an insult to the person, right? So yeah, I thought that was a little shady and just a little off and just a little disrespectful, in my opinion. Katie appears and not everyone is excited. Okay. Now, Katie is a chick that Karen's husband was friendly with. Okay. And, she went over and she started smacking him on his rear, smacking him on the butt, and like pinching his butt. I mean, it was very intimate. I mean, I'm going to be like, I'm going to give you this an example. If it was me and that was my husband and I seen a chick over there, I mean, just smacking him on his butt. I mean, and really just getting her moment like she was on a high or something. That really turned me off. That right there. Yes, she's back. Yes, she is. So guess what? Candiace wants attention. Okay. Now we're gonna be going in and out of these camera time because everybody's getting camera time. It's only the second episode, so they're over at Karen's and they're flopping to Giselle, then they're flopping to Robyn, then they're because they're trying to give everybody camera time, camera time as we go through the season. She was on their season one. Okay, so you're familiar with the show. Okay. So you're familiar with the show, Sonya. Let me find out. All right, so listen, check this out. So Giselle introduces Katie to Ray. Now, how shady is that? Now, listen here. Giselle has nothing else better to do. She doesn't have a man. I mean, nobody wants to be with her. I mean, even a saved man it got divorced away from her. Okay, and he's in the church. That should say something about Giselle. Giselle, what is going on? So, like I said, Giselle introduces Katie to Ray. And that's Karen's husband. And like I told you guys, Karen checks Katie on the spot. She's like, I don't know what you got going on, but this is my husband. And I said right on to Karen, I felt like Karen had every reason to come for her. Karen, you go right on ahead. Karen is snatched, honey. She is definitely snatched. I love her and I love her energy, but she can be a gutter snipe too. I mean, I kind of feel like when she get on that yak, she gets a little bossy and controlling too. I mean, these women on here, I mean, I like their personalities, but at the end of the day, I do feel like they're all gutter snipes. I feel like they're rough around the edges and they can be very ghetto at times. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Okay, so Candiace, um, okay. Candiace, Candiace. Because you know what? Every time Candiace opened up her mouth, when she wants to brag about herself, the first thing that she want to keep talking about is the Grammys and this and that and this and that. You know? And so let's talk about Karen's celebration of life speech. Karen's celebration of life speech was it. Oh my gosh, like I almost fell asleep. I feel like Karen can do, she can go over, she can be over the top. And sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But at this particular point, I didn't really like it because it's just like, Karen, who are you fooling? It's something about Karen that's hiding, and I do feel like that something else is going to be revealed on the show later on. The grand dame is back, honey, and she lets you all know it. Now let's get on over here back to Candiace. You know, I just I just can't. I just she makes uh, Candiace, I guess she makes Giselle uncomfortable. Oh, Candiace said that her husband made Candiace's husband makes Giselle uncomfortable. Okay, so now we're at the Candiace's husband's gate. It's Chris this, Chris that. And let me just say this first and foremost. I am totally against a woman making accusations about a man when it is like no truth to it and you are doing it for a malicious purpose. That's the quickest way to get me to cuss you out. I'm being honest. That's the quickest way to get me to curse you out. And that's no lie. So Karen post-op checkup, she looks amazing. The doctor says, she looks amazing. And then she also expresses to her doctor that this is, seriously for her. This was to boost her confidence. And, this wasn't for anyone else. And shout out to her to still be able to live her best life and hop up on that table and do what she has to do to keep relevant, because these ladies are staying relevant to stay on television. So if it means a tweak here, a pull here, or if it looks like I have a permanent smile, I'm going for that look. Can you blame them? Guys, we have been here for half an hour. Let's go ahead and take a 31-second minute break. Intermission. We'll be right back. All right, we've come to the point in time. Oh, wow, things are getting a little shaky around here. Well, guess what? It's time for an intermission. And also, it's time for an offering. So, however you can give the offering, we'd appreciate it. Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. Today, we are having a great time. So, go ahead and hurry up and get back to the show. All donations are appreciated. All right, guys. So thank you all for staying with me through that commercial. So now we are here. Candiace's sister arrives at the home, and Candiace feels like her sister and her husband are her kids. And that's why I have a problem. When you want to associate your husband as one of your children, it's like, ma'am, that doesn't sound right. You're sleeping with your husband and he's well, anyways. Candiace feels like you know, her husband is her child and her sister's her child. So I don't know how people be thinking and where their brain chemicals be running off to, but whatever Candiace is doing, I just really just hopes that she just gets her life together. And also Candiace warned her man to spend time with her, um and spend time with her black ass is what she said. I don't know. Does Candiace seem like she would be into like race play? I mean, that she would be into like, you know, the bondage. You know what I mean? Like she would be getting whips or she would be doing the whipping. I think that she would like dominatrix. She really screams dominatrix, and I really feel sorry for Chris. That's just my opinion, right? So Ashley, PR person comes over. Well, no, her friend comes over. Her name is Deborah, and she's pretty much on the mommy play date. And so I guess like Ashley's just trying to keep her mind off of the divorce and the ladies and their drama and their antics. I really feel like because the girls don't have anything pleasant going on in their lives, that they are taking this opportunity to dig into Ashley as much as they can. So it's a play date at Ashley's. So she explains they are under the same roof, her and Michael, and they're sleeping in different rooms. And so, Ashley's not, dumb, Ashley is untraditional. Let's just say that for the most part. Ashley's untraditional because, when you say traditional, she wouldn't be doing all the extracurricular activities. And listen, she discusses her TikTok, makes her feel good. And so, as you can see on the show, a lot of people will be digging at her about that TikTok. And so I don't see anything wrong with Ashley on the TikTok. She's excited. She has a high heel class coming up. She's discovering the new her, being being around the ladies and putting skills out in the in the class. Ashley's taking back her position, and I feel like sometimes you have to get around your girls and to really have a good time. And I feel like the dance class was really a great idea because then okay, you're dancing, you're stressed off, and you get to feel those sensual places in your body that you've been lacking. So Giselle and Robyn look happy together, and I just want to say love wins. Okay, I thought Robyn was going to propose to Giselle, but decided to tell someone else's business hers foreclosed. Okay. So Robyn and Gizelle, their text message. So Mia is unreal. Okay. That's what they say. Candiace's husband DM'd Ashley, Chris, and told her she should have come by the W. Or was he responding, then, or this is what I want to know. When he sent the message, did you think it was cool or was it inappropriate? I feel like it was cool because let's just say this woman has been around Chris several times on the show, on and off camera, right? But then now you're going to make it a big deal. Oh, he jumped into my DMs because now you on the market and you feeling free, you ready to give it up. You thinking everybody want to give it to you. Well, in some cases, yeah. But Chris and Gizelle in her so Gizelle, okay, so here we go. Gizelle makes it about her at the reunion. She says Chris and Gizelle, she says, in her glam room at the reunion, she was complaining, that she complained to Candiace that he was pretty much that she felt uncomfortable, that he wanted to talk to her. Pretty much she made something out to be what it wasn't. And she heard that her husband was cheating on her. It's just a lie. Gizelle and her lies. But anyways, Gizelle is uncomfortable and Robyn knew, of course, Robyn always knows everything firsthand. I mean, Robyn knows what color panties Gizelle is going to wear before Gizelle knows it. Okay? Candiace clarified Giselle is extra, and which that's the same thing I said, right? And I'm not discrediting anybody that says that comes forward and say, hey, I was this, I was that, but this is something that we saw and love. What you were saying was not making sense. So let's just get back to Ray, Karen's husband. Ray doesn't want Karen advertising plastic surgery to his daughter. Let her grow into her body and settle into her body, Karen. And this is my thing. Like I said, I have no issues. I have no problems with plastic surgery. I am no stranger to it. How you doing? But yeah, it's not about me. It's about them. So Karen texts Mia and felt away and hadn't expressed her grievances. And that's just how I feel. Ashley and Candiace meet. Ashley tells her Chris sent a message to her, and Candiace speaks more about the Grammy. And like I said, this woman will drown you out about the Grammys and SWV and Faith Evans. Ma'am, you just opened up for them. Congratulations. We're happy that you did that. But don't blow us. I mean, don't blow it. You know? So let's get into Ashley says Chris DM'd her at 2:40 a.m. And so Candiace, her passive aggressive gutter snipe self with her aggression. Well, what did you think it was? This is my thing. When a woman comes to you and say, hey, your man made me feel this way, you don't jump at her. You don't jump down her throat. You say, well, thank you, sis. Well, how did it go? Explain to me what happened so I can have a better understanding, so I can have a conversation with my husband, right? Oh no, you can't depend on the gutter snipe to act classy. She can say that she's classy all day and all night, but sis, it's ringing. You are dramified. You are raunchy. You've got a nasty attitude, nasty insides. Okay, so check this out. Ashley, feeling good and cleared the air with Candiace, right? So they can move on. So then Karen texts Ashley, she has a fever. And the cast are like, is that real or is it not? Okay. Listen here, real or not, if the woman had a fever, she just had a fever, right? So Robyn and Gizelle gets cozy and warm and embraces each other at the dance place, right? So like I said, love wins. I have nothing against Robyn and Gizelle, but I really think that Robyn and Gizelle should just make it official. Come on out. We're gonna love you regardless, and just make everybody else happy. But I understand that you do have children and you do have to navigate a different type of way. especially if your husband is an ex-pastor. Okay, let's just say this. On to the next. Ashley asks, what if I didn't say anything? And of course, Candiace had the stupid face, Candiace has a text in the past. She brought it to Ashley. They, bonded. And I think that was sweet because, well, Candiace was like, well, she finally said, well, I appreciate you. And then she referenced a time when Ashley had come to her. Um, or when she had come to Ashley and brought her some information, right? Like I said, it's just so messy. They're all over the place. However, Ashley, so like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Gizelle and Robyn were an item. So Karen didn't respond to Sharice's text, right? So Sharice is the girl that was on there, like Sonya said, from season 1. And so here we go. So Ashley's drinking has come up. And guess who brings it up? Robyn and Gizelle. They're always bringing up somebody's stuff. So Robyn says, do you have something to talk about? Robyn knows everybody's rivals' thoughts. This is my thing. Robyn knows Giselle's rivals, thoughts, partners, feelings. I mean, you name it, etc. And everywhere in everybody's business except for hers. Robyn is in everybody's business except for hers. Robyn, you need to be focusing on that prenuptial agreement that you are trying to force to your husband. You get what I'm saying? That's where you need to be focusing your attention to, not in anyone else's business. Just stay in the trash where you belong, okay? So let's get into this. So divorce. Gizelle says you're getting the divorce, buying a house. I don't play with divorce. Gizelle, your husband didn't play with you. Okay, you couldn't play with divorce. I mean, that's probably the only thing that you could play with that had his attention was that divorce. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, Gizelle calls Michael's cheating out, but Gizelle, your man cheated. Listen, do we need to bring Monique Samuels back with that binder to get you back in your place? Gizelle and Jamal on and off, but throwing digs at Ashley, the hypocrisy of it all. I just don't get it. It's like, girl, how do you feel? Okay, so now you got a divorce. Okay, that makes you better than somebody because you're not in a situation no more. But girl, you are out there peddling around for a man. Any man that'll give you attention, honey, you'll give it to him in public. But no, well, I can't really say that because you're Robyn. Moving on. Born to Dance. Ashley's event. So, they're stretching. And then, Candiace finally shows up, of course, being a Black woman, being late. Girl, I mean, she just, I mean, she wants to be so much more than a Black woman. But then it's like, girl, you're dragging us. You are dragging us. You are dragging us for filth. Okay. Let's just say this. Candiace finally arrives late, like I said. And then Chrissy, I don't know. Chrissy didn't come. Well, hold on, let me see. I don't think Chrissy came, but Gizelle, she's stiff, and Robyn was looking possessed all through the situation, right? So now Mia arrives. She ignored Gizelle because she's just disrespectful, and that's why she ignored her. So Wendy explains she can't handle what's on her plate. Wendy has a lot going on. Like I said, these are just time slots where they're throwing a camera on this person, they're throwing a camera on that person just to give everybody camera time, right? So she's ready to twerk at the dance class. Okay. So please move out the way and let Wendy in so she can twerk. So Robin was so masculine as though she tried to fit in per usual. However, Candiace discussed her eggs with Robin and Sharice pressuring and questioning Ashley. You know, I just kind of feel like some of the ladies just need to butt out and mind their own business, right? So Giselle feels she needs to tell Candiace about her husband, Chris. But this is what I want to say. They're all some scallywags. They are all seriously some scallywags. All of y'all have cheating men's. Nothing royal and loyal about you. I feel like y'all just need to cancel the show, bring in a new set of girls, and we need some class because these people, these ladies, they are just not giving it to us. Ashley and Candiace has a conversation, you know, the conversation, a FYI situation. Giselle's come forward at the reunion. This wanted so Chris wanted to talk to her in her room, in her dressing room, right? She says Chris didn't say anything, didn't make a move, nothing happened. But then she says Chris thinks of Giselle. She was trying to make it seem like she was thinking of her. But Ashley, as a friend, all the ladies been to their home. Yeah, it's all confusing. So as everything's coming up and everything's about Chris, then you have Bernice Jenkins, Candiace, she's like, Eric, where's Eric? Eric is the executive producer. And, Bernice, Candiace expresses, Ashley's husband is is the A grabber. He likes to grab butts and all this and that. My husband, it ain't gonna be none of this, it ain't gonna be none of that, blah, 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 blah. So Candiace was pissed on that episode. And guess what? It was to be continued. Guess what, guys? You got episode 1 and episode 2 in under 1 hour. It's been 47 minutes and 26 seconds. Right here, I think that we should call it even. And we should come back together when I can do episode 3 and 4. And so episode 5 is already out. So what I can do is I can give you guys episode 5 and 6 on Monday, actually, after the episode airs, so then we can all be caught up together. I am your host, Queen Tulsa. And if you, oh, excuse me, if you did donate to the channel, I'd really do appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get a quick commercial break in to remind you of when and where and how you can do that. All right, we've come to the point in time. Oh, wow, things are getting a little shaky around here. Well, guess what? It's time for an intermission. And also, it's time for an offering. So however you can give the offering, we'd appreciate it. Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. Today, we are having a great time, so go ahead and hurry up and get back to the show. All donations are appreciated. All right, guys, I definitely want to thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. Thank you for all your love, your support. Let me see. Should I drop the link and see if anybody wants to come up and maybe sound off on the first and second episode? If you like to do that, let me know in the comments. You can press a 1 or a 2 to let me know. If you would love to come up, sound off, and give your commentary on episodes 1 and 2. All right. So if nobody wants to come up, we can go ahead and take the show out. All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming by. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa. Until next time, good night. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queen Tulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share. All right, guys. So we do have Sonia says 1 if you guys do want to come up. So here is the link. Let me go ahead and pin the link so you guys can come up. We can sound off and talk about it. I didn't know. I do apologize about that. All right, the link is dropped and it is pinned. We'll be waiting. If you guys want to come up and sound off, let us know. All right, Miami, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just reviewing the Real Housewives of Potomac episode 1 and 2. Did you enjoy the review?
Candiace, um, I really couldn't like get into her. Um, when I think her mama a doctor or something like that, and she been spoiled. I believe all her life, and the way she talk and treat her husband, I don't see them being together that long.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I mean, she's just really ghetto and just um she kind of reminds me of like Candace Owens.
Now
Just
she ain't
very.
that far. She ain't that damn far with the mess. But as far as Ashley go, my thing, like when she first came on, she was in everybody's business. She met her husband when he was married to his first wife, and once he had kids, his first wife stopped doing all this swinging stuff. He met her. They started doing so. He left his first wife for her. Once she
Mm.
had kids, she became like his first wife. Like she wasn't fun anymore. So now he leaving her for the next.
Mm.
And they have been said that he touching men and sleeping with men and stuff like that. So I believe she been knowing that. So by them telling her that, she already know
Yeah, and
that's
then
what
when
he
you think when you
into.
think about like the swinging, like she was
Yeah.
saying in the first episode, like, the swinging, or the second episode, the swinging was too much for her. Maybe, she got drowned out. I mean, she just got played out of it. I mean, she's gotten so had all them damn orgasms that she can't get wet no more. So I would want
Now
to
she
back
had
out
them
too.
kids. Now once she had them kids, it's like now she rather settle down. Once them kids came into play, for them kids came into play, she was good with that. Once she started having another two, I think I'm 2 kids, she was like, no. And so that's why he leaving her to go find the next one to, I guess. But my thing is this: go find a man. If that's what you enjoy,
Hmm.
do that. As far as like Giselle and the other lady, they like best
Robin.
friends. Yeah, they best friends. Everybody talk about, oh, they sleeping together. Now they best friend. Cause man, my best friend, we like that. We like when we get together, we hang around, talk, drink, crack jokes and stuff like that, and tripping out and having fun. It don't mean that we sexual. That means we are close,
So
like
you
a
telling
sister to
me
me.
that Robin takes care of Giselle more than she takes care of her husband. Now
They're not
that is a
married. They
problem.
divorced.
But that's what I'm saying. Robin is dating Giselle. That's what it look.
No,
It looks like Robin is dating Giselle.
they're not dating each other. No,
You can't
it
tell
might
me
look
that.
like that, but no, they're not. Giselle a Virgo. We cool with anybody. Like people. We like really like you. We really cool with you. We are like that.
Yeah, but
We.
Giselle gives me like Brittany Griner. Brittany
Oh,
Griner. That's who she gives me.
and far as her husband, he was sleeping with every woman in the congregation. Why would I stay married to somebody that's gonna, embarrass me on TV like that?
Nobody else wanted her.
No,
She is old
they were
news.
married. They got kids together. She really loved him, but it's so much.
Giselle is old news. Giselle has been she has a reputation.
I'm about to tell
Giselle
you
has
what.
a reputation of not being
Oh, what?
kept. She's not a kept woman. She's
What has she
always
done?
It's all she look
Oh,
at how she behaves on the show. She always keeps things going.
no, no, no,
She
no, no.
acts
I ain't
like
talking on
this
this show.
diamond.
I'm talking about before the show. Before she got on the Real Housewives of Potomac or whatever. When they first had gotten married and they stayed in Atlanta. I believe that
Her
was Atlanta. He had a
personality
church
is
in
not
Atlanta.
far fetched. I would say her
No,
personality is not far
what I'm
fetched.
saying is that I'm like that. What you not gonna do is keep embarrassing me like that. That's what you not gonna do. If I'm with you and I'm the first lady of the church and you see with the usher, see with this woman, that woman, that woman, I'm gonna respond how you are acting. I'm sorry. If you in that front row boat, I'm in that back row boat, and we both rowing down that river together. It's like she tried to make her rides work. And you keep getting embarrassed like that. How you turn around, cut the news on, you at home watch TV with kids running around the house.
But you
Your
want to know
husband on
why? Because
TV with the next woman.
she was on the phone with Robin when he was saying, "Well, baby, come on to bed. Give me some
Who
time.
said that?
Give me some
Who
time."
said that? Who said that?
That's listen. You think that
No,
you think Giselle is submissive to man? You think that she would be submissive to her
she a
husband?
Virgo.
No, she's
No.
submissive to she's submissive to
Okay.
Robin.
Nope.
So
When they was married.
you might as well be with Robin. If you're gonna sit up
No.
here and you're gonna listen to
No.
Robin,
No.
you might
No.
as
No.
well be
No.
with
No.
her.
No. No.
Go
Why?
be with her.
Two females can't be friends without people assuming they sleeping together.
Sonya,
Wow.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. This woman sits
They
up
can't
here
be
and make
friends like looking at that.
they she makes an excuse for this woman. She's at her every beck and call. This woman is there more than this woman's husband. And when I see that, I
That's
have a
not her
problem with
husband.
that.
I don't. Cause they friends. I got my
Well,
friend back. My friend got my back. My friend come tell me right now she seen my man somewhere. I will believe her over him. Why? Because she never lied to me.
well,
She
Sonya,
always been
you pop it, go
100% with me and
Sonya.
everything.
Sonya, go in and then go back out. You
Hmm?
popping. Drop in it, go out and then come
Okay.
back in. Okay. Sonya
I'm
was
about
making
to.
some very good points though. She was making some really good points. I mean, I understand where she's coming from, but this is my thing. Giselle is not a kept woman. She can listen here. You had a whole pastor as your husband. You are the first woman, first lady of the church. You have a your oh, what do you say? How do you say this? Your reputation. Your reputation. You quick to throw, you're just so aggressive. I wouldn't want any. I couldn't. I wouldn't want any prayer from her. Mm-mm. Everything about her just screams evil. She doesn't want to see anybody happy. Anybody is doing more than what she's doing. It's a problem. Just ghetto. Just straight out ghetto. And I'm not gonna change that. All these women on this show, they are ghetto, they are raunchy, and they are gutter snipes. They are all gutter snipes. Now, Ashley, I can sympathize with her. I can sympathize with Ashley because Ashley's going through something. hmm Right now, Ashley needs all our support. This is Ashley's first go round, And then Ashley knew what she was doing. Ashley's not a dumb girl, y'all. Don't let Ashley don't get to thinking that she doesn't know what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to play her cards. Okay, and she's got a lot of OGs around her that's gonna help. But listen, guys. Oh, there's Sonya. There's Sonya. You with us?
Yeah. I don't know how you leave and come back.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I hit
here?
the exit button. I hit the exit button here. I exit all the way up out of screen yard.
Well, listen.
Yeah,
So when do you think that I should do the review for episode 3 and episode 4?
I guess tomorrow.
Okay,
I
yeah.
really haven't watched this show since um what they Candiace and that girl had gotten into a fight, and then they brought Mia that season. I think Ashley was pregnant with her first child.
Hmm.
Like the last time I really just watched that show. Cause like they took old girl out, and they were fighting. Hell, I liked her. He pop
Are you talking
Candiace
about
inside the head.
um Monique Samuels?
Yeah, I liked her because
I like that too.
she kept on popping, 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 popping. She went to bopping, bopping, bopping.
Hmm.
I said, "Oh Lord, child!" I like they should have kept her. And they brought the other lady on her, Wendy. I guess that her name is Wendy. Uh, I'm like,
Ofoso
no,
Osefo.
I really didn't like her. Uh, Mia, I really couldn't get off into her because her husband was making
Oh,
sleeping in the windows on that van they was on, and I'm like plastic, like a plastic doll to me.
yeah. Now listen
Like,
here, Sonya.
mm,
How about this? How about I do episodes 1 through 3 tonight, and then I do 4 and 5 tomorrow. So then Monday I can do like I can be caught up, and then I can review number 6. So while you're here with me, I'm gonna go ahead and review see Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 episode 3 tonight. You okay with that?
is it any good?
Yeah, I already got it. We're gonna do it right here on this live.
Please,
Um,
um, them bras, cause like I said, I mean, like Ashley, if I keep saying she young, yeah, she young. I guess she in her 20s or 30. If she
mhm.
passed 25, she ain't young no more to me. She know what the hell going on. Boy, it's Candice. I didn't like that curly wig, baby. Guess oh no. Um, look like regular. I mean, and what's that? Oh, off of Annie. So that thing, hard not life. It's a hard not life for us. I'm looking for the bust out song. She really can't sing to me. She sound all right, but not really.
You say it's a no go for you.
Yeah. If I be on
What?
that show, I be hearing everybody. I heard everybody feeling on her because I would tell you how I really feel and would not care if you like me. Oh well, but you really respect me. You ain't gotta
That's
like me, but you gonna respect me. Oh, this show could be a whole nother. Like I told people, I had signed up for the Flavor of Love season 3. But I think I signed up like a couple weeks too late. By the time like voting was over, everybody told me, "You did what on that show?" I said, "Child, I on there drinking, fighting. Probably went home day one, day two. No,
So
me.
listen, was this the hair that you were talking about? Here, let me pull it up.
Yep,
I think that's her natural hair, ain't it? Or is that a wig?
just weird. I want to bust out in song. Say it's hard not like for us. Steady kisses, we get kicked.
Yeah, that wig looks like Nosy Ho's wig. But all right, so let's go ahead and review Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7 episode 3. This episode is Stand in Your Truth. Okay, so right after this commercial break, we are going to jump right into it. We'll be right back. All right, we've come to the point in time. Oh, wow, things are getting a little shaky around here. Well, guess what? It's time for an intermission. And also, it's time for an offering. So, however you can give the offering, we'd appreciate it. Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. Today, we are having a great time. So, go ahead and hurry up and get back to the show. All donations are appreciated. All right, and we are back after that commercial break. Okay, so here we go. So the replay, episode 3 comes on, and of course they're doing the replay. Candiace addresses production. She's like, I want to stand for my man. I won't stand for my man being attacked. Bring Michael Darby back eventually. And then she eventually storms off, right? So then Mia and Giselle and Robyn took control. So me and Giselle had got into it. So Robyn took control and told Giselle to leave, right? So then Robyn and Wendy gets into a heated argument over standing in your truth. So this is my thing. Robyn got so aggressive and got up out of her chair and was walking towards Wendy. And I'm like, girl, do you not know that Wendy will lay them paws on you? Like, Wendy will give you that ghetto fight that you are looking for. Because Wendy is about that life. Listen, Wendy will tie up her hair, put it up in a ponytail, and give you a ghetto ass whooping. Okay? Let's talk about it. Wendy is about that life. So, Robyn, we need you to bag it up. Okay, you need to bag it up and you need to lay up off that yak or whatever it is that got you going. But Wendy ain't where it's at, love. Okay. So Mia cancel is ruled out. It's her cancer is ruled out. Okay. And Robyn is stuck on not getting the truth. Y'all don't even understand. That part, it really made me feel a certain type of way. And on this episode, Robyn really dug up in my skin when it was the family fun day at Robyn's. And just because she and Wendy don't get along, don't she didn't invite Wendy, but then says, "Oh, I don't have nothing against your kids." You got to leave the kids out of it. You got to leave the kids out of it. Sonya, what are your thoughts on leaving the kids out of it? Or you know what?
I was
Actually, maybe I should go through the whole. Maybe I should do the whole review and then you jump in, huh?
mm-mm. If I don't like you, you it's not coming to my house. Now, if my kids and your kids are cool, and your kids want to come, I have no problem with that. But if I don't like you, yeah, you better go to somebody else's house. Or go next door. Or be in your car, parked up, be in your car in front of the house, something. But, or you walking in my door, no.
Oh wow,
When
so you
you
was
my
stoop
door,
down in the gutter too, huh?
you walk in my door. You gonna walk out voluntarily or get toted out.
They had it at a park. So this was at a free range. Like this is at a public field. It was like a football field.
Wow, I ain't got to
Public.
do about that. Now, if I
Right.
paid to rent that area for that couple hours, then you can't come over there by me. You can go anywhere in that park. You can't come while I paid for it.
Right. All right, now let's get into it. So Robyn and Wendy, they're not on a good note. So Robyn told pretty much she invited everybody except for Wendy. And I felt like that was wrong because it was like I did feel like in my spirit that it was like the light skinned girls versus the dark skinned girl. And I could only imagine how Wendy felt in that situation, like, or whatever. But Candiace, now it's her shot time because, like I said, they're giving everybody camera time. So now it's Candiace time to take a shot. And this is for her egg retrieval all by herself, right? She explained it's emotional, and which it is because I know how bad people, want to conceive and they want to have a baby. So shout outs to y'all out there that are striving to, conceive. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Trust me. She, like I said, she explains it's emotional. She explains her journey, and Giselle doesn't want her to be great and conceive. She feels like Giselle is jealous of her, but really, I feel like they're all jealous of each other because I feel like they're all fighting for this camera time. They all want to be number one, since RHOA really isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. So they're trying to take over, which I don't think that it will happen, right?
Hold on. So Candace is trying to conceive and she can't.
Well, she's having issues because, like, she's up under a lot of stress. And
Has
where's
she
the
went
stress
to a
coming from?
doctor or him? to find out which one of them have the issues. Either he have a low sperm count or something has anything to do with her and her egg. Had they went to a doctor to go see what's going on about that?
Well, she went to the doctor and she got her situation done, but I guess once she tries these protocols, then they'll go to the next protocol. And I
What
think
they
that
tell them to do?
oh, she just so what she's doing is she has to give herself an injection in her tummy, and pretty much what that does is she's trying to um
It's her
freeze
then.
freeze her eggs. Yeah.
So it's her. She having a hard time. See, it'd be best bet, I guess, when she ovulating. But if they making her inject herself, it has some. It's like she would have to. Well, she can go to a doctor, get a sperm, and they could take it and inject into her eggs, put her eggs out in her womb. What if the hell of and fertilize like that and stick it in her. It's
Mm-hmm.
hers. I mean, she gonna have to instead of coming out she
Kind
wanted
of
the
like
Grammy
turkey
and get out
basting,
on the
right?
tour, she sit down and she's signing red because
You
whatever she's doing is preventing her from having kids. So all them Grammys, if you want kids, gonna have to wait.
yeah, you're saying that pretty much that she has to like turkey baste it, like injecting the chicken with them
Now
with the
they can do that. Doctor. They'll do that. But what I'm saying is, if she on the road and she all this stress on her, it is gonna be kind of hard for her. She's gonna have to go sit down somewhere.
that's why I said, pick your you want a family, you want a career. And at this point, your husband wants a family. And do you want to wait too long? Or would you be upset that he wanted a divorce to go get with a younger woman because he wants to conceive?
She
Right?
young, so she gonna get a surrogate. If that's the case, they can always get a surrogate. A lot of singers do it. Go get a surrogate for the
Yeah.
first few years. So
Candy does it all the time. All right.
some Kim did it. Beyonce did it on their first kids. They didn't. I mean, Beyonce her first child. She didn't carry her.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now listen, now we at Karen and Ray. They go to get pedicures and Karen missed Ashley's TikTok class. That was a shade. And because Ashley has been on TikTok, Ashley is on TikTok like Britney Spears, but Ashley went in overdrive. And I think a lot of people has a problem with that. But my thing is Ashley's having fun. Let her do her TikToks, right? So Karen asked Ray, is he jealous of her? As they are in the nail salon, and he says, yeah, because she's always been attractive to other men, and then he said, you flirt and you got your eye candy. And listen here, that almost broke my heart because honey, Karen is out here updating the life insurance policies, getting her tweak ups, honey. She got her eye candy. She's got this. She's got that, honey. She's getting making her spy appointments, honey. She's making sure that rump is lifted, honey. And honey, when I tell you she's giving me, it's like her and Mother Diane would be best friends. I want a new cash shake up. I want Mother Diane and Mother Karen Huger to be on some Housewives franchise together. They would make fun TV, okay? And then also Ray says, just make sure I can't he said just make sure candy is candy. I mean, he's just pretty much saying like, if you get the feeling and you want to step out, that's gonna be it. Can you blame him? Really, can you blame him? Okay,
I
now
mean, she competing. Hold up, she trying to compete with the younger ladies that's on that show. I mean, I understand you getting older and you got these young girls coming in now and they got no perky breasts, booty sitting up and all that, and you want to compete with them because you ain't competing for, for no man attention. You competing with them other women
yeah,
because
but I believe Mother Diane made it okay.
she's not an ugly woman. So what is she about 60 something, 50, 60 now?
Probably up in that area. 'Area. Uh, early 60s. 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 60
And you got a man that's been with you that long, well, I think he cheated on her. I think they both did it to, cheating on each other. But if you got a man that's gonna stick with you, why would you mess that up and go out there and go find something younger? I keep that old dog at the house because I'm used to it. Why would I go down younger? And so what? So I can be the sugar mama and he can use me for my money? No. But okay.
I feel you on that. Sonya said no. It's just a no go for you. Well, listen, Ashley. Now the camera's back on Ashley. Ashley and her brother are out looking for homes, and so Natalie is Ashley's realtor. And so Ashley's looking at a 5 bedroom, 4 bathroom, 4,000 square feet home, and I'm just like, oh yes, ma'am. And I believe it. That home was very nice. It was very cozy. And I get that maybe, she wants to be in a gated community because she wants people to, be aware of the comings and the goings of the people. Because, when you're dealing with a big, wealthy man like that, anything is possible, allegedly. Natalie is Ashley's realtor. Um, so she needs to have a discussion with Michael before she makes the purchase. However, Natalie informs her she has all of Ashley's information, her lender information, and so on and so forth. So Ashley's apprehension on the next steps and her marriage ending are really taking a toll on her. It's like I think it's when it's all settling in, when the dust settles, and I think that's where the part of, Ashley is in her life. And so Robyn in her brand new home, of course, she has to stay in her brand new home. But let's not forget that Robyn's home was foreclosed like Kim Zolciak's. However, Kim Zolciak is she's actually smart because she's having a friend buy it, and she's gonna pay the mortgage or whatever the case may be when the house is paid off. Then this is they're going to put the name back in Kim's house. Kim just didn't want to pay all those millions. I mean, because she allegedly has a shopping addiction. She can't stay out of Louis Vuitton. Let's get into it. So, from foreclosed to focusing on drama to stay on the show. That's all that's Robin's claim to the show, is to keep drama going of trying to be the villain. I mean, just really getting in here and really being disrespectful. And that's what got her this far, right? But she doesn't want a marriage because as much as time that she spends in these girls' business and this, that, and the third, and trying to investigate who did this and why they did that, girl, go home to Juan and
He don't
kick
want
it
to
with
marry
him.
her. He don't want to marry her.
Because she's too aggressive. She's got more testosterone than him.
Well,
Let's
yeah,
talk
but my
about it.
thing is, yeah, I mean she does, but you can't make a man marry you that doesn't.
Yeah.
Kind
It's
of want to
like she's
co-parent
trying to
with
rob him
the
of his
kids.
manhood.
They can co-parent with the kids. I think they was married, wasn't they? Got divorced. Wasn't it
Hmm.
married once?
Yeah,
Okay, they
they got
got divorced,
divorced.
and
And guess what?
he maybe
That
get
was
better friends than to get remarried because he don't want to he don't want her to be with nobody like a man. They got that shiny toy. They want to play with it. Get tired of playing with it. They go find the next toy. But if you come pick that toy up, they come running back to my now you and snatch that toy out your hand. No, you can't play with this. They don't want it, but they don't want you playing with it either.
well, peep this out. Speaking of snatching something back, well, how about Juan's mother has sent her a photo of them being married, right? Their wedding photo. And so she's like, I want to see this again, or have you reconsidered this again? And pretty much initiating like, um, she wants to see Robin back in her wedding dress. Well, Robin gave her wedding dress to the charity. Robyn said, "No, ma'am, no, sir, no Pam, no ham, no turkey."
I mean, if it didn't work the first time, and we try to make it work the second time, and he always at work, I think he's still playing football or sports. He
But
probably
Sonya,
basketball. Something that he was doing.
If you're living in the same household, if you're living in you're doing the same bed, there is something there. I just think that
No,
Robyn wished that she could be in Ashley's position because I feel like if Ashley was totally 100% just 100% cool with this, Ashley could have both a man and a woman on her side because that's just my assumption of how they get down in a swinger life, right? But this is the thing. Juan isn't down for that. He isn't down for the hanky pank. And Robyn is a nasty gutter snipe that wants to go around from man to man.
my thing is this: like me and my ex, when we lived together, I slept in the room, he slept in the living room. Just 'cause y'all in the same house, don't mean y'all love each other. Y'all just there as roommates. I would say.
Listen here, Sonya, ain't nothing like no in-house D. I love
I
some
don't care.
in-house D, baby.
Ain't nobody on no outside too. The hell you say? Um, but it be like killing me. I be like, if if your man or husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you want to call, is cheating on you, it's like so much you can do before you get tired or trying to make something work that don't want to work. That's not working. Can't one person make a relationship work? Got to be both of y'all. And if both of y'all ain't putting that in there, what's the point? And they probably doing it for TV. They probably don't even live together. Probably just saying it because they're on TV. And then when the cameras off, they go to their different house. We don't know that.
Right. Well, Robyn asked fiance, we should get a prenup, right? And so she put him on blast and he says, I make more money than you anyway. Right. And so all this time, Robyn is thinking that, oh, I make so much money than him. She's just like, she reminds me of that lady on oh my gosh, she's just, I'm not even
What's
going to
wrong?
throw any, huh?
Maybe maybe she not thinking. Maybe she know he make more money than her, and she was like, "Well, we should get a prenup just in case, if it's the second time we get married and it goes sideways, you keep your things, I keep mine." She might be looking out for
No.
him and
Juan
not for her.
said, no, Juan said, why you ain't say something before? Listen here, I'm going to tell you why. This is what her husband had asked her after she said that. This is why she didn't do it before because guess what? She wasn't the breadwinner. She thought that she was going to leech and eat off of him. If things, went left, then she could just pack up and go and then she was straight. That's what she was doing. And now in her tiny little mind, she thought that she was the breadwinner. And so now she really effed herself. So now he's saying, well, go ahead and do your thing. And I ain't, so then we go here. So you were dating Robin's. He says, you were dating Robin, stop. And then he says, he's so happy for her, he wouldn't come after her cash, right? It's nothing to think about. Robyn hanging with Giselle is giving her fairy tale lies that's going on in her head. See, like when you start hanging around people, some of their habits rub off on you. You have a friend that lies, eventually you're going to go and you're going to start lying. If you have a friend that makes up fairy tale situations, eventually you're going to be in a situation and it's going to be fairy tale for you and your partner. Habits rub off much? You know, it's given like some of these women are trying to act like Kim Kardashian, and I feel like they some rejects. They need to let it go. And then let's talk about it. Let's talk about the stress. Wendy Harris falling out. She's staying at the top and at her crown. And she's lost this kind of started and after her baby, after she had her baby. And I know you were saying like Ashley had complications too. Like after she had her baby, she was going through her little motions. Well, Wendy ended up going to the doctor and pretty much, the causes are, stress. The hair is the last thing the body defends. And so Wendy will have to take pills. She might have, she might end up with a beard. But, we're just going to pray and hope that that's not the case for Wendy, because Wendy is she's a very beautiful woman, but we definitely want her to get her hair back. We definitely don't want her to be walking around here being a bald head skittle diddle, ain't got no hair in the middle, or a bald headed scallywag, ain't got no hair at the back, because that stuff kind of it rotates. Okay. Now, let's get on down to Mia and Robyn. Okay. So they meet. Robyn is so into Mia. They're at a restaurant. And this is the thing. That's why I say Robyn is like she gives me like these masculine vibes. She wants to take a woman on a date. It just seems like anytime she gets a woman in her circle, then she's all good. But listen, before we go any further, Sonya, look at this photo. Wendy is looking like Nene Leakes in this photo. You think they're going to the same doctor? Because they're
Probably
all,
so.
yeah,
Some
she's giving me,
person,
yeah, she's giving me the Nene Leakes, up in this photo.
a younger version of 'em.
Uh-huh. Very young. Hmm. All right. So as I said, so Robyn is so into Mia, not as much as Giselle. Mia needs to stop with the Kim Kardashian obsession. It's like that little puny voice that just drives me insane. It's like starts to act like a Karen. It's like that Karen voice. You know what I mean? And so Robyn says cancer free, and dissecting Mia's cancer story. Robyn, this is intrusive and plain nosiness. And this is my thing. Robyn has no business. And so I'm not shocked that Robyn would be trying to go in on Mia, because like I said, Robyn and her husband are not making music, and so Robyn has to make noise with the other girls to stay relevant. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so Robyn wants to know about Mia's lump. You know what I'm saying? So this is her health care. Hey Sonya, do you have another page?
Yep. I'm liking on all of them.
Okay, cool. Period. It's the support for me. I love it. I love the support. You are a real one. All right. So switch to so then Robyn is talking to Mia. And so she switched to, did you catch wind of Candiace? And so Robyn explains, Chris wanted to speak privately with Giselle in her dressing room, right? And so Mia says, well, Chris um, has been staring me down at the spring fling, and you know how Bravo they are when they go up on the when they start bringing up the flashbacks. Girl, Chris was not looking nowhere in her direction. It's the lies. He was looking away. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is my thing. What in your right mind sits you, or makes you want to sit up here and accuse a man of something that he didn't do? Don't you know men go to jail for that? And I feel like it was very intrusive and it was very disrespectful on all of their end. You could have gotten this man, you know what I'm saying, oh, he made me feel uncomfortable, this, that, and the third. That is an accusation in itself. So it is what it is. Giselle arrives at Karen's house, and this is my thing. So Karen and Giselle, they are trying to, make up with their relationship, and Karen doesn't trust Giselle baby steps, and I don't blame her. She's saying baby steps, I don't really trust you like that, but we can do the baby steps. So Giselle says, Karen, you missed a lot at Ashley's dance situation, right? And so Karen says, I know. Ashley told me all about it. Okay, how did you think that the Grand Dame did not have that 411 information, girl? Now you know she runs you and the girls. Who's in charge of the girls? Karen. Who is in charge of the girls? Can we get her photo up? Yes, we can. Who's in charge of the girls? It's Miss Karen, honey. with her Janet Jackson chin. But let's keep going. Giselle and Candiace, Karen says Chris probably owes you an apology. And this is my thing. Why does this man owe her an Okay, if he made her feel uncomfortable, yes, please give her an apology and please tell the woman to stay 50 feet away from this man. Stay 100 feet away from this man. Do not compliment on him. Do not bring up his peen no more. Do not address him no more. Don't be looking him up and down and doing him with your eyes, ma'am. Listen here, Giselle had been eye doing oh boy for a long time. She has been eye doing him for a long time because nobody wants her. She has no choice. She has to get the scraps. And that's what gutter snipes do. Okay? And so Candace takes Chris on a date and she's not responding to you know, retaining the eggs. Because like I said, she was going through that process where she was having to give herself the shots. And so her body is not responding to, the shots to where she can get the eggs out. Okay. And so she feels like she failed as a woman, as a mother. And I want to just say, like, if you're listening, Candace, even though you're a gutter snipe, I really want you to have a baby. But please, 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 please get the therapy and the counseling that you deserve. Okay. In my opinion. Okay. And then I want to say stress presents stress. Like you stressing is going to make everything else stress, like your body, your mind. We can go on and on. I'm not a professional, so girl, you just have to go and see your professional doctor. This is my thing. Chris was angry because he only tried to make the cast, the ladies feel welcome, feel appreciated, feel, hospitable in his presence and, you know, while they're around him, right? We got to keep in mind that these women have come to his house. He has cooked for them. They have eaten at the same table. But you know what? This woman right here will throw anybody under the bus to save her seat at the table. Listen here, she will hop on the side of bringing slavery back just so she can get her dimes, her ends, her money. She is a sellout. This woman is a sellout. Gizelle Bryant is a sellout. That's why her husband didn't want anything to do with her. Listen here, you think he was about to be kicking it with her and she's telling all his secrets? Where is the loyalty? She doesn't have any loyalty to nobody but them cameras. Okay. When them cameras come on, she is right, center, and ready with her makeup done. Honey, her posture, she is ready. Check her out. So check this out. Karen asked Giselle, did he touch you? Giselle says no. She says, did he make a move on you? Giselle says no. Okay, well, that man did not try to come on you. And I think it's very disgusting, you gutter snipe. Oh, you scumbag. Why would you say that about someone's husband? Because you know what? When they said what they said about your husband, it was true. Your husband was cheating. Your husband was bouncing around a piano,
Allegedly.
allegedly in worship service. He had caught the Holy Ghost. Why? And then the Holy Ghost took him to the piano. Allegedly making music that you could not provide. Allegedly. Giselle wants Candace Man. She speaks of his bottom half as much as Dr. Heavenly on Married to Medicine. Brags about her man's down below. This Giselle, and this is all facts. Giselle brags and points out Candace's husband's man man size. She gets in there. Oh, his man size is. Oh, she's always referencing his man size. And listen, Karen, um, as Robyn, just hold on. Karen asked why Robyn took Giselle's story to Mia. So listen, this is the thing. This is the shade. If you notice anything, So Robyn and Giselle, they are two peas in the pod. They know the drama. They stir it together. They stir the pot. They pass the spoon back and forth. So Karen asked Giselle, why did Robyn take no, she asked Karen asked, why did Robyn take your story to Mia? So pretty much Karen asked Robyn, why did you take Giselle's story to Mia? Right. And so Robyn arrives with Candiace and Chris. Like I said, they're going from camera to camera. Everybody's getting camera time. So Robyn arrives with Candiace and Chris and walks up to Chris, you know, hi, Chris, being all fake, as they do. So Robyn starts off with Ashley, you know, gets her dirt out there, gets on Ashley. Then Chris didn't slide in the DM. She's saying, Chris, you didn't slide in a DM comment. You responded to Ashley's story. So she's trying to make light of it and bring it to, light of what went on in her perspective. Okay, you're good. You're good. Phone's gonna hide, but you're still here. Period. All right. And so then on to Giselle. Robyn dead the rumor. It's like just unalive the rumor. It's so she didn't believe Chris was disrespectful. This is Robyn. Robyn didn't feel like Chris was being disrespectful, but this is my thing, Robyn. If you have a big influence on Giselle, you had an influence on her to come out and say, "Hey, this didn't happen. This was not right, and this something should be corrected by it." Right? Boom. So Giselle, and Karen conversing about Chris, and that is to be continued. So listen, guys, we only have one more episode, and that's episode. Um, so we have Real Housewives of Potomac season 7, episode 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages of content. You guys think that we can get through it? 7 pages of content? Because we've actually covered Real Housewives of Potomac season 7, episode 1 through 4 so far. So I'll move on to episode 5. I'll move on to episode 4. We covered episode 1 through 3 so far. Now I'll cover episode 4. So give me 1 second. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back. Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Queen Tulsa show. It was all a dream. We finally made it. Listen, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. You have come to the place where you can relax, enjoy, and get the hot topics. We can also engage. You can come up, or even you can call in. That number is 725-888-1644. Thank you so much for your loyalty. We made it. I'm so excited. You should be too. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, and make sure you sign up for our perks to get all the exclusives first. Thank you. Okay, so you said do 4 and 5 tomorrow, and then you said then Monday do 6. Okay, cool. That sounds like a perfect schedule to me. So I'll do 2 episodes tomorrow, and then I'll watch episode 6, and then I'll give commentary on episode 6. We can all come back. So Sonia, I want you to watch episode 5 and 6 as well. I'm gonna send you. I'll get with you, and so you can watch it as well. All right, guys. Well, it has been a marvelous show tonight. We got episodes 1, 2, and 3 knocked out tonight. So I definitely want to thank you all for the participation. If you are the replay gang, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are now reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac, and we are in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to us. Shout out to everybody. Good night. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody. I really hope you guys